Alrighty, welcome to week 3 of 12 of this 12-week program. In this week's little lesson, we are going to be discussing all things time management. And I know you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with anything in regarding to health and fitness? But it's really going to make the world of a difference. I can promise you that one. So, this week, all about time management. We've gone through nutrition, we've gone through goal setting, which I hope you girls have really gone away and thought a lot more about your goals that you want to achieve over the next 12 weeks. And this week, it's all about time management. Week 4, next week, is going to be self-confidence. So you'll find that these 12 weeks go so fast. So you don't want to, waste a second. We're already in week 3. So 9 more weeks to go after this week. So really exciting. It's going to just fly by. So make sure you're making the absolute most of it. So you might be thinking, what does time management have to do with my fitness journey? Like, isn't health and fitness, like my body, like all that, isn't that just training and nutrition? This is going to really make the world of a difference for you because a lot of us are so busy, as we have a lot going on, that sometimes it can be a little bit challenging to manage everything. So this is what this lesson is all about and why I wanted to do it at the very start of your journey. I want you to have a think about yourself. Are you really too busy, or is it just not a priority to you? Because if something's a priority, no matter what, you will make time for it. It's as simple as that. And that might be something that's hard to hear. It might be a hard truth. It might feel like a bit of a slap in the face hearing that. But it is important to know that really ask yourself, are you too busy, or are you just not making time for it? Because majority of the time, you're just not making time for it. And it must not be as high of a priority as you think it is. Everyone is busy. Everyone is on the go. How much longer can we still keep using that as an excuse to not take our health and well-being into consideration? I'm not asking fitness and this journey to be your top priority, but we are dealing with your bodies and getting you to a really healthy spot, and you only have one body for the rest of your life. So that should be, a priority to you. It shouldn't be something you just, let go, because not even from a physique standpoint, but from a health standpoint, a longevity standpoint, we should be prioritizing our health. So when does it stop, being something that you just kind of, lay it's all like down the bottom of the priority list? I'm just going to throw myself, throw it all away. Like, when does it start being a priority to you? How come, we're all busy, we're all on the go. I haven't come across one client who isn't doing something ridiculous, like really super busy. But how come you can see that some people get it done and some people choose to give up or don't prioritize it? It's clear to me that you can make it work if you really want something. If you really want something, you will make time for it. And obviously, you can have some minimum requirements in place. You don't have to go and smash out 7 days working out and, cooking every single meal from scratch. No, there's ways to optimize everything, but it all comes down. If you want this, it's important to be planning for it. All right, what I'm going to go through now is a bit about time blocking, Google Calendar, all of that, and scheduling things in to make sure you have time for everything. So I'm going to go to my Google Calendar here. Now, you might be looking at this thinking, wow, that is overwhelming, but let me talk you through this one. So you can see it's got a lot there, but it's actually not too messy. And I'm going to show you how this all works to make sure that I know, because I know, I study, I work, I do training, I make sure I meal prep, I do all the things. So it is possible. And I want to show you girls this little strategy I use for time blocking so that you can implement that over the next rest of your journey, the next 9 or so weeks. So what I do is I use Google Calendar. Get onto Google Calendar. It's going to be a lifesaver. You can use like Apple as well, but I find Google is good. You can just have it on your phone and it's just easily accessible. So what I do is I have a bunch of calendars here. Now, these are all different calendars for different parts of my life. So let's keep it simple. Say we just want a work calendar, a study / university / TAFE, whatever, study calendar. You want a fitness calendar, and maybe we'll keep it to those 3. So work, fitness, study, and maybe personal, for personal life. what you want to do is start off by adding all your work shifts, any uni classes, any of that into the Google Calendar. So as you can see here, if we go through mine, we've got my morning routine. I put that in there because I want to make sure I have time in the morning to set myself up for a good day. Also to have some downtime, not really be in a rush, working, doing anything. I really want to have, not always is it 2 hours, but a bit of time in the morning so that I've allocated to just wake up, have my morning coffee and all of that. Then I put in my work. So if we get rid of some of the calls, for example, just so it's not so crazy. Let's just get rid of those. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, all the work is here. Then I've also put in when I'm working out. So a big tip is to schedule in your workouts, because a lot of us are like, I'm too busy to get to the gym. It's like, really? Have a look at your calendar, see where you can fit it in. Make sure that you schedule your workout in, because there is no excuse then to say, I don't have time. Because you've made time, you've made sure it's in your calendar. So big one there is make sure you schedule your gym in. Obviously, I don't know what happened there. Let's just go. My computer just like completely freaked out for a second. But back to what I was saying, schedule in when you're going to the gym, schedule in the non-negotiables. Non-negotiables are things like your work shifts, your classes at university. Schedule those in first, then schedule in when you're going to be getting to the gym. Because I can guarantee you'll be able to find time to get there. And when you have that routine and that schedule in place, it's going to make it so much more manageable for you rather than just going and winging your day. As what I like to call this is, I like to call this being proactive. You're setting yourself up, you're staying organized so that you are setting yourself up for success throughout the week rather than being reactive. Think about in the morning, you have your morning routine, and being proactive is if you wake up to your alarm, you set enough time aside to have a morning coffee, relax a little bit, then get ready. You're ahead of schedule, like you're all organized, you've spit your clothes out the night before, you've meal prepped for the day, you're all good to go. Being reactive is like you snooze your alarm 20 times, then you get up at the last second, you rush into the shower, rush out, you're in a rush, you're high stress, the adrenals are up, the cortisol is up, and then you just rush out the door, you run to work, grab a morning coffee on the way, and you're there. See the difference between the two? You really want to try, and look, life happens as well. I want to also say that you can do this Google Calendar and stuff will come up. Things happen, life happens. It's important to not be so attached to this calendar and be flexible with it. But I do want to stress the importance of being proactive rather than reactive. So scheduling in the non-negotiables, scheduling in the gym routine. What you can also do is schedule in times that you're going to meal prep. If you want to meal prep on a Sunday and a Wednesday for an hour, schedule it in and put it, like, see, I have a fitness calendar here. Go, okay, on 3 p.m. Sunday, I'm going to meal prep. And we're going to change that to the fitness calendar, save. Now you've just scheduled time and made time for meal prepping. So there is no excuse. It's just about making time. Important also with this Google Calendar is to leave blank spaces. You can see there's a blank space here. There's a blank space here. Obviously, I'm doing something throughout this day, hence why it's all blank. But I do have blank spots scattered around because you do need some breaks. A mistake a lot of people make is they fill up their Google Calendar to the brim and they do not allow any time for them to unwind or relax. So you do need to allow yourself to have some time to chill out. We've got time here where we're chilling out. Sundays, it's all free there. So this is a really good strategy to overlook your entire week, color coordinate it so you know, okay, gray is work, yellow is my routines. You've also got nighttime routine there. Blue is fitness. You might have another one. I have one for university, which isn't on this calendar, but I had another one for uni when uni was on. So doing this like ahead for the week allows it so you know you can get your workouts in, you've scheduled time for meal prep, and it just sets you up for your scheduling to know that you aren't really just busy all the time. You do have time to make everything work, as well as have some chill out time for yourself as well. There was a quote I saw which says, actually having a routine and scheduling and doing all of this sort of stuff allows you more freedom. And I know that probably doesn't make sense right now, but it really does, because you're able to be more productive in these hours And then look, you've got like say I have 3 hours here where I can chill out and unwind, not think about work, study, or any of that, and then still get a full 8 hours sleep until the next day. So having a schedule in place allows you to be more productive in your day, allowing for more freedom rather than just kind of winging it. And then you end up studying till midnight. So I wanted to share this sort of approach. I'd really recommend you girls getting amongst, this sort of system so that you set yourself up so that you never miss a beat within this program. Now, getting back to the PowerPoint. Here is a checklist of things that you need to set yourself up to have a successful week. So write these down somewhere. Maybe you have like a little whiteboard in your room or your study or your reminders in your phone where you can check these off every single week. So checklist of things to set yourself up for a successful week, to be proactive, and all of that. So number one, we've got time block your calendar, schedule in time for training and meal planning / prepping. So even if you are pre-tracking your meals, which I highly, highly, highly suggest, pre-track, like set aside time, 10 minutes every night to do that for the following day, or 10 minutes on a Sunday, copy and paste for every day. Make sure you time block in your calendar when you're going to be doing those sorts of things. Next leads me on to my next tip, like pre-track your meals for the week in MyFitnessPal. This is going to save you so much stress. It's going to make sure that you are hitting your macros more accurately. You won't be going throughout your day thinking about food, macros, numbers, any of that. It's already done. You don't have to think. You just have to check back on MyFitnessPal to see how much chicken is in meal 2. So really pre-track your meals for the week ahead in MyFitnessPal. This is really going to set you up for so much success. Means you're not buying unnecessary food. You can go to the grocery store and buy what you need, set yourself up and go. Number 3, meal prep. You can either meal prep meals like a proper meal, or you can meal prep food sources, which is what I like to do. So I'll meal prep bulk chicken, put the bulk chicken in a container, and then I'll serve it out or dish it out as much as I need. Same with like rice or pumpkin or whatever it may be. Meal prep, find a way that like works for you, but where a lot of people fall short is they are, they're tired at the end of the day. They don't want to cook. So this is really going to help them, or they have a meal to take with them to work. Alongside this tip, make sure you don't just meal prep on a Sunday and it lasts you till Wednesday, and then on the weekends you've got nothing. Make sure you meal prep for the weekends, because the weekends is a very slippery slope sometimes when it comes to nutrition. It can be difficult, so make sure that you have meals ready to go or snacks ready to go. Number 4 kind of relates to the first one. Make sure workouts are scheduled in so you don't have the excuse of, I'm too busy to get my workout in. If you schedule it in, you know you have time. Even if you don't get every single workout in, if you can only get a minimum of 4 in, make sure that they're scheduled in there. And then lastly, schedule some downtime. Now, you don't have to go onto your calendar and write down downtime. Like, just what I do is I like to leave those white blank spaces. Makes me feel a lot better. But making sure you are having time to fill up your own cup, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And I find that having downtime is so essential to keep you pushing forward. So really do think about that one as well. Don't just fill your calendar to the brim because you can. Really make sure you have some downtime in there as well. Write a priority list. So, say you have your to-do list. First of all, don't make your to-do list 27 things long. That's a mistake I do. I'm still trying to learn how to navigate through that. But make it a priority list. So instead of a to-do list, make a priority list. Do what needs to get done first, then second, then third, and then tick it off in order of priority, and make time for what's important to you. You've committed to these 12-week program, and I really want to push you girls to get the most out of this. Like, you've made this commitment not only to us as ZZ Fit, but you've made this commitment to yourself. You didn't join just for, a bit of fun. You joined because you want to reach a specific goal. So clearly this is important to you, which means you have to make time for it. And as I said earlier, I don't expect fitness to be your number one priority, but it should still be on the priority list because you've made this commitment for a good reason too. So make time for what is important to you. Now, if you have any questions, drop them into the Facebook group, of course. I hope you girls enjoyed this lesson, and I cannot wait for what the next 9 weeks has in store for you.